Hey lovelies, I'm back with another short video that I hope and I know will be interesting to us all. And we are growing together, we are learning together, and I believe whatever I'm going to share here will help one another if they pick the right point from what I'm going to say. There will always be people that will pick just the wrong things from whatever you say. Like they are just ready to pick out the negative points that you make when communicating. But today, my video is going to be very short and simple, and I have just 3 points to talk about. And the first one is how to address fear, how to address parents that maybe you've always been afraid of addressing. African parents, they always you always be scared of addressing them or getting to them when there is a problem. That's the first point. Addressing African parents, the fear of addressing African parents. That's the first point. And then second, addressing toxic family members. And thirdly, how to overcome anxiety. How do you do that? So those are the 3 points for today. And the first one I'll be talking about is addressing parents, maybe that you've always been afraid of, or whenever they come back home, you just disappear, you enter your room and nobody ever hears from you. Excuse me. So how do you do it? I feel like you start by being gentle. Do it scared, like the saying says. If you're afraid of something, do it being scared. Get to them. Maybe you just start an unnecessary conversation like, how was your day? Hey dad, how was your day? How was work? How did it go? Any challenges? And then from there, you are able to address maybe any underlying issue that you've been keeping away from them. But if you continuously shy away, the parents always assume what they assume in their mind about you, and you will never know because you do not communicate with them or because you're always afraid of them. Or maybe if they are eating at table, you can just show up and yeah, if you're eating and then you can just bring up some random topics, random, and before you know it, you get to know them better. That is how I've been able to overcome fear. Yeah, because I grew up being afraid of parents. I'm just like, parents are, they meet God. But so far, it has worked for me. Then, away from that, the second point is how to deal with toxic family members. Yes, some will say you have to ignore, avoid, and stay away from them. It's the same as avoidance. But is it every time you are going to avoid and ignore when a family member disrespects or makes you feel stupid? Absolutely not. If you did not address the first time, if you don't address the second time, it will continue to repeat itself over and over again until you become um bitter. You find yourself being bitter. So I prefer that the best way to deal with toxic family members is to put them where they belong. You must not necessarily be bitter the same way they are. You must not necessarily be toxic the way they are to you, but you must address them when they are getting out of hand. You can simply tell them that, okay, this thing you're doing, I do not like it. I do not appreciate it. If there is a better way you can do it, please do so. So I think that's the best way to handle toxic family members. You address them, because if you continue to ignore them, they'll continue to disrespect and make you look stupid. They'll continue to make you feel like you're doing absolutely nothing. So it's better to address them. Or if you want to ignore them, you walk away. Not that you live with them under the same roof, because disrespect in a family home, we all know African homes are. Not only African home, maybe even in the diaspora, there is also disrespect, but in the African home is completely outrageous. Yeah, it's my own sense, my own experience, my own. Yeah, so you must not take everything I say. You can still filter the one that is important to you, that is worth implementing. Thank you. And the next one is how to overcome fear in general and anxiety. I grew up being a very shy person. Even to talk, a family gathering used to be a burden to me. Unfortunately, I'm a journalist, I'm a communication student, but it used to be very difficult for me to communicate during even during prayers. I couldn't pray. I couldn't pray in the midst of people because I used to be scared. Not because I'm not scared of God. I'm not scared of showing that I love God, but it used to just be me, just my. I do not know how to put it, but how did I overcome that? I just decided that I'll just go with the flow. However it comes out, so be it. Whether there are 100 people and I have something to say, I'll just say it the way I have to say it. But I will be extremely slow. I will take more time to coordinate my words so as to be confident, so as not to be afraid. Because whenever I try to rush, like in speaking, I end up panicking, trembling, like somebody sitting next to me, or even somebody three a bit far away from me will actually feel like my voice is trembling, and that was bad because so far I've been able to overcome it by speaking slowly and going with the flow, not caring about who is next to me, just doing what I had to do. That is how I was able to overcome fear in that domain. And also when it came to my field, journalism, of course, I was able to overcome fear by speaking into the mirror every blessed day. Like I would tell myself every morning that I am confident, I can do it. I am better than who I was yesterday. I am better than who people think I am. I can do better than what I'm doing at the moment. And that is how I was able to come out of that shell. I used to just shy away. If you even called me to present something in the midst of people, I'll just be like, please, I can't do it. I don't know how to do this thing. But this girl right here, she's a working progress. The work is still in progress, so I'm still working on that. But so far, I believe I've improved, and I believe somebody out there is also trying to improve. Talk to yourself every day. Talk like memorize every talk to yourself confidently, and you'll find yourself doing extremely good. I hope this video helps somebody out there, and thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. See you in another video. Bye.